Hey, good friends, welcome to the Mad Painter Show. There is so much in life that we weren't totally prepared for, and that is out of our control. But guess what? That's okay, because sometimes we have to sit down, take a break, and pay attention to what's around us. So the reason that I'm outside right now is because we're having electrical outage, and there aren't any lights on the inside, and this is the brightest place. But this is the perfect example. I want you all to use my experience and my example for your own. So in this situation, I could have sat in the house. I could have been upset. Oh, this stuff is not going my way, and all this, etc., etc., etc. But am I going to sit and complain, or am I going to take advantage of the moment? These are things that we have to ask ourselves, because we can plot and plan all kinds of things. And guess what? Stuff happens. But at the same time, this is where walking with God comes in at. He's in control. It's so much that's out of our control. But what we can control, do you hear that, wind? But what we can control is our mind, our attitude, how we're going about doing things. So we want to be the big people in charge and have control of everything. Let's start with controlling ourselves. So, as the wind was blowing, I was thinking about doing the whole avatar thing and let's see if I can control the wind. I'm more interested in controlling the wind on the inside of me and the wind that's coming out and talking to you guys, And as I'm sitting on the porch, I'm trying not to be too distracted. So there are going to be so many times in life that we have no control over. But we do have control over our minds and our attitudes. So our first step is start paying attention to when we are not at peace. So in order for you to pay attention to that, you have to take time and recognize what peace is and put peace inside of you. So right now, because even though, I didn't have any lights, we weren't able to do this on the inside, this is the perfect example to give you of peace. Now, we may hear a little machinery background noises, but just listen. You have to find this somewhere. Okay, the praying and meditation, of course, that's a part of it, but creation is another part of peace. So where can you go where you can be outside, be connected with nature? Even if you're just at home and it's so much going on at home, at work, wherever you are, step outside for a minute. Step outside and just listen to the quietness and the stillness of the air. Listen to the breeze. Listen to the birds. You know what I found out as an interesting trick to help, ease your mind, take your mind off of things? One, go for a walk. Two, when you are listening to the kids and stuff, when you are listening to the birds, especially the birds, when you're listening to the birds, try to differentiate the different birds. Even if you don't know what bird is what, but if you can find and see what bird is making that noise, it'll help. But listen to the different bird songs. Do you know that slight distraction is very fulfilling? Try it. And if you're not a bird person or an animal person, that's like your thing or even an interest, listen to the different car sounds, the different sounds that are around you, the sounds of the children. Just let it go and let it be free. So as far as our attitudes, right? Because I'm a heated one. But at the same time, because that whole mad painter thing is not just because I'm painting like mad crazy. But sis had an attitude problem. And I can still get extremely angry in a matter of seconds. But what I've learned is, again, coming back to that peace. And especially when I'm feeling the anger in my chest or I'm feeling it in my hands, like, you have to recognize where you're feeling this anger, where you're feeling the frustration. And the minute you feel it, before it has an opportunity to rise to a point where you're extremely angry or extremely like you're ready to explode, find your way of letting it out. So with me, it depends on what's going on. I often find my times I have to vent like 5 seconds. But moving around, cleaning, honey, if you have issues with keeping your house clean, let me tell you, anytime you get mad, start cleaning up. I bet you your house won't be dirty for a very long time. Start moving things around, organizing. You're looking for your creative self to come out. Along with your creative self coming out, have your space cleared out. So anytime you're feeling like these pressuring type of energies or emotions, use that to clean up. Use that to get organized. Use that to get yourself together. So as we're sitting here and I'm talking, we're hearing all of like the different noises, and we have to know the difference in our noises. So you hear like the wind chime a little bit in the background, that's more of a peaceful noise. The car horn and the other stuff, that's more of a distracting type noise, unless that's something that you're interested in. But if that's like a distraction, like too much of the chaos and the busy noise can kind of make us, another thing that can make us feel overwhelmed. Learn how to tune these things out. So when we're able to be in an environment where we can tap into peace, inside and outside, it helps when we really have it on the inside. But when we're in a place where we can tap into peace and just silence our minds, silence everything that's just all that blah, 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 and the stuff that's going on around us, learn to take that with you. So then when we're hearing those noises that's just kind of like irritating, learn how to block those noises out. Because even if you see the horn isn't constantly blowing, everybody might not have even heard that horn. But to me, that's like a distraction noise. It's an irritation. But if we focus on what happened back then, it will continuously irritate us as if the horn was still blowing. But right now, you see the horn isn't blowing, the noise isn't there. So we shouldn't focus on that thing that irritated us, that thing that made us upset. Right now, we're in a place of peace. Let it go. So in this process of letting go, if you're having a hard time of letting things go, getting over anger, that moving around definitely helps you move that energy out of you. But this is where we start having conversations with God. I read a book in Having Conversations with God, and it did definitely have me thinking about a lot of different things. But in reading the Bible, I encourage you, it's not about always somebody else's conversation. You want to have your own conversation and see what God has to say to you. Because he may tell you something different than what he's telling that person, and it still may be in alignment with his word. But these are things that we want to find out for ourselves. So I get what I've been saying as far as with God, with Christ, because I'm going to stand on that. But at the same time, you have to find out what is good for you. You have to do your own journey. Because I've been watching this whole spiritual science thing. I may not agree with everything that it's saying, but I think it's really cool. And I think it has a lot of dope information in there. And when you're doing like a study of soul searching, and you want to pay attention to that gut feeling that's inside of you. You want to pay attention to, is this right for me? Is this something that I should really be doing? And then questioning what it is that you're actually seeking. My thing is just seeking truth and love. And whatever it is that you're seeking truth and love. Because love is a power on its own. And seeing that we're already experiencing what's going on with people who aren't loved and don't know how to love. And yeah, So we actually want to have something to share, something to give. And love is a part of that. And no matter what it is that our interests are, our business, our goals, our endeavors, love should be included with that. And along with truth, because truth is a major part of love. And so in our control, because we can't control much of anything, but in working on controlling ourselves and working on controlling our own energies, and if we're going to be using the like the avatar airbending, not the blue people, but the avatar airbending type techniques, man, we should be using that to be loving on people, healing people, not just to be having things being to our will. You know what I'm saying? So this is just a quick moment. I wasn't able to really get into my notes and stuff. The wind is blowing and everything, but I definitely wanted to make sure that I had a video up, because this is the mission. And the mission is because this is a perfect example. Even when things are out of our control, we got to work on controlling our mind, staying at peace, work on controlling our attitude, and stay focused on the mission, because that's part of getting you out of control, is so you can be off your mission, so you won't be trying to get in touch with your creative self, be trying to tap into your purpose, so you be so stuck into me. No, because if we get too caught up into ourselves, we missing out on life. We missing out on everybody else and everything else, because they are a part of life. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be shaking the camera, but they are a part of life, and they are, people are what make this life experience something extra special. But when we start off doing this and learning about love with ourselves, learning how to love ourselves and walking in truth and love, and we are understanding this within ourselves, we learn, we grow, we learn how to be in better control of ourselves, so we can be better with people, better with others, because we need some healing out here. We need some healing, we need energy, we need creative spaces, etc., 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 because it's trying to distract us from our purpose. It is whatever that is that's trying to distract you from your purpose, is trying to distract you from your purpose. So tap into peace. Take peace with you. And anytime when things are seeming out of your control, remember, you can working on controlling yourself, working on controlling how you're thinking, and let God be in control. And stay on a mission. And it's like, got to work this thing to do it to the best we can. But still at the same time, give it to God and know that He in control and He got us doing everything that we possibly can. I love you guys. God loves you even more. Find out why. Because, baby, He got you. It don't matter what it's looking like. It don't matter how bad it's seeming. It doesn't matter what you don't have, etc., etc., etc. What you can control is what you're thinking about and how you feeling. And God got us. God got us, because we gonna be all right. I love you guys. God loves you even more. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.